Welcome to Progressive Talk Live, Religious Bullshit Wednesdays. I'm your host, humble, handsome Dusty Smith. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Been about a month since I've done this show, so we got about 4 weeks of shit to cover. Gonna cover the Kenneth Copeland firing. It's not as great as you guys think, but it's something at least. Gonna cover Trump's talk with God, which he was half joking about. We'll cover it. And all the COVID shit. They spreading COVID everywhere. Nobody's going to be surprised by that. So how's everybody doing? Hope you had a good week. I didn't do a show Monday. Flaked on my fucking show Monday because I just wasn't feeling it. Sometimes just not feeling it. I didn't really have enough material anyway to do a great show. And if I don't have enough material to do a great show, like I don't want to come on and do a bad show. I want to make sure that I fucking nail that goddamn shit every fucking time because this is the greatest show on earth. So didn't do a show. I also wasn't feeling that great. Now, sometimes you're just a little off your game, but I'm back to fucking night. We gonna kill this shit. Hope all you guys are great. Spent the week playing Borderlands 3 again. They got me to buy that goddamn game twice. First I bought it on the Epic Store because it was exclusive to the Epic Store for our first year. And then they came out with like 3 different download contents. And then on Steam, you can buy the game plus all the download contents for cheaper then you can buy the fucking download contents on the Epic Store, which is stupid. So I bought the goddamn game again, motherfuckers. But it's fun. Played the download content, had a good time. And I watched that movie, what is that movie called? Project Power, which I guess is the new Netflix movie. And man, movie had so much promise. It's a great premise. It's an amazing fucking premise. And they just blew the fuck out of it. Had a great cast. A great starting premise, and it just didn't work. They just fucking failed miserably in every goddamn way. So, Netflix need to like message me, call me, because I know you're gonna do it. I know you're watching out there, Netflix. I have an idea to reboot the premise of this script to make it decent. So, holler at me. So, what is I doing up there? I know you keep canceling Dusty. I know I get canceled all the time, and I cancel everybody else. Cancel culture, it's a real thing, y'all. I saw, what is that little munchkin's name? The comedian. Fuck, the one that's always in the movies with goddamn The Rock. Shit, I can't think of his fucking name. He was bitching about cancel culture earlier. The dude's like the richest comedian in the fucking world. Made like 10 goddamn movies this year. Millions and millions of dollars a year. Complaining about being fucking canceled. I'll cover that on Friday's show. God's a slacker. I know it. Ain't that the truth? Hi, Dusty. Great to see you live. Great to see you, Gunperry. 2 in the morning here. Good luck with the show. Appreciate it. Gonna do a good one. I might have to jump ship. Yeah, Kevin Hart. That's what I was thinking of. Fucking Kevin Hart. I might have to jump ship and watch the DNC and watch the replay later and knock him dead, Dusty. Where's your loyalty? The DNC is fucking boring. The Republican convention is gonna be much more interesting. Not in a good way, but in a train wreck, dumpster fire top way. Yeah, Kevin Hart. Fucking Kevin Hart bitching about being canceled. Yeah, you got canceled. You didn't really get canceled because that doesn't exist, but you got fucking criticized because you came out with a bunch of homophobic bullshit. Talked about how you'd beat up your own son if you came out as gay, and then you'd refuse to apologize in any meaningful manner. So yeah, motherfucker. And did you really get canceled? No. You're still making goddamn millions of dollars. You're one of the most frequently cast people in all of fucking Hollywood. Ridiculous. Anyway, Cult of Dusty. Hey, Dusty, which is better, white, dry, or red wine? Oh, God, I guess red. I like wine, but I like the sweet stuff. It has a lot of calories. I don't get to drink it very often. Hi, Dusty. What's up, Julie? How you doing? I'm here to stay. Cool. Loyalty. Love it. Thank you. Victoria Cunningham, what's up? Tell Anubis I send my love. He knows who I am. All right, sounds good to me. All right, let's go ahead and start the show. We got about 90 minutes to cover tonight. Love you, Dusty. Smoke weed every day. Rip Nate Dog. Hell yeah. Miss Nate. Can't believe he killed himself. Sucks ass. My buddy Nate. Been missing for years now. Presumed to have killed himself. Told me he was going to. So I assume he did it. But sad. Anyway, let's go and start the shows at Ebag. And as usual, want to support the show? Please consider supporting me on Patreon. We had a few drops this week. So we're down to $1,416 a month. So if you want to help out the kitties and all the animals and whatnot, $1 or $2 a month, whatever you can afford, it all adds up. Spend a lot of the money on the cute little cats and dogs that we rescue here at the Human Society of Missing Animal Sanctuary. So I really appreciate that. Had like something happen I felt kind of bad about. So as you guys know, I have like an outdoor area that we built for the dogs. It's like this big 50 by 50 by 50 pen and area they can go out there and play. And the neighbors complained the dogs were barking, so the cops came over here a few months back, and they were threatening to take the dogs, and basically I Jedi mind them. I was like, these aren't the dogs you're looking for. And they're like, oh, shit, these aren't the dogs we're looking for. And they left without, giving me a summons or anything. But ever since then, we have to be real careful the dogs don't bark too fucking much because I don't want the neighbors to goddamn complain. So we have Wi-Fi cameras out there watching them, and it has like a speaker built in the camera, so when they bark, we watch them all day long. I'm like, my life is basically monitoring fucking dogs all day. And when they bark, we like push a button and we're like, shut the fuck up, don't bark, no barking, all that good stuff. So every day, this person, I didn't know who it was, we couldn't really see them, but this person who works at the energy company here in town comes by every day and parks their truck right beside the dog thing, and they get out and they feed the dogs. I guess they feed them their scraps or whatever, which, I don't really have that much of a problem with, but Kelsey don't like it because dogs are, they compete for food, and there's some big ones out there, and if the little dogs get something they want, they might attack them. Like, we don't know. And of course, we don't also know what they're feeding them or anything. And but the worst part about it is they do this every day, and it makes the dogs just bark, 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 bark constantly. And it's annoying as shit, right? Because I'm afraid the neighbors are going to call the cops again. So anyway, they came over. We saw them out there, and Kelsey went out there and talked to them. It was this lady, and she was nice, and but Kelsey went out and asked her not to feed the dogs anymore. And she's like, but I come here every day to feed them. I love these dogs, I feed them every day, and I just get joy out of watching them. And they bark at me, and I don't mind if they're barking at me. And she explained to them, yeah, but the neighbors mind that you're making them bark, and they called the cops on us already, so please don't come back and feed the dogs again. So I kind of feel bad because it took that woman's joy. Like every day she probably looks forward to coming to our house and feeding our dogs and watching them and stuff, and I feel bad to take that joy from her, but what you gonna do? I don't want my animals taken away from me, so we have to put our foot down, I guess. So that's my story about the animals this week. We're gonna do another unboxing of the gifts we got for the Animal Sanctuary. For those of you who don't know, there's a link in the description of the video to the Amazon wish list where people can buy stuff for the Animal Sanctuary. I never thought anybody would do it, but you guys have been so generous. Somebody, I think, bought them a really major, something I put on there, just, I don't know. I didn't think anybody was going to buy it. And I think somebody did buy it, and it's coming to us, and it's a really expensive gift for the dog. So I'm going to show that probably on Monday's show, either Monday's or next Friday's show. So you guys watch for that. And also, as usual, you guys can become a dust buddy if you want to, which is a thing that goes on here. You can become like a member, and you get like emojicons and shit where you can spam the chat with it. Some of them are specifically made for the Wednesdays religious bullshit show, like fuck yo God and thoughts and prayers and all that kind of shit. Plus, strangers could be feeding them poison drug food. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't. It's just a nice lady who just wanted to, view, it's almost like a zoo, I guess. Come and admire the dogs and feed them and look at them and stuff. But yeah, not the best, right? I hate to steal people's joy from her, or make them sad that they can't come, and I'm sure they probably look forward to it every day, coming and hang out with our dogs. So I hate to take that away from them. What you gonna do? All right, Dusty, let's see if your show's got any better in the couple years I've stopped watching. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to kowtow to you. So if you like it, like it. If you don't, lump it. It's all good to me. I'm already popular enough. Like, popularity is way overrated, so I don't have to try to please you guys too much. I just do the show I want to do. So what also, Super Chats, lifeblood of the show. Super Chats, no questions dodged. Every question answered. Super Chats. Kenneth Copeland, $5 R, says, fired me? Yeah, Kenneth Copeland, you got fired, but you'll be okay, unfortunately. Lee spent $1.99, thank you. On said, hell yeah. Bob Jones, $4.99. Hey, Dusty. My leukemia came back. Well, I am very sorry to hear that sucks. Could use some motivation. Been in doubts to take the treatment because of my epilepsy. It was brutal the first time. Yeah, take the treatment, dude. You want to stick around for as long as you possibly can and hang out with us. We got your back, dudes. Hopefully we can keep you company and help you through these rough times. I'm real sorry to hear that, though. Brandon Hubert, $2.99. Thanks for doing what you do. Keep it up, Dusty. I will, Brandon Hubert. Thank you for the support. Elijah Miller, who is my buddy E. He's the reason I decided to do this show today. He's been so supportive of the show, and he's like, I want to see another religious bullshit episode. So I was like, just for you, Elijah Miller, we're going to do the show. So pumped and ready for insanity. Logic, hell yeah, thank you. And Brian C., God gave us COVID because he loves us. Yep. God is testing Donald Trump, at least according to Donald Trump. That's what he says. All right, we're 10 minutes into the show. Let's go ahead and fucking get it started. First off, folks, Are you ready to believe? Are you ready to fucking become Christian? Because you're about to. This dude got the devil's voice on tape. A completely real and legitimate recording of the devil. True story. And some people are going to say this is not real. Oh, ye of little faith. So this is an author who definitely didn't do this and isn't saying this because he wants to make tons of money with his shitty book. No, he got the goods. Christian author claims he has the first ever recording of the voice of Satan. Author Roderick Millington is a journalist who claims to be open-minded and investigative. Yeah, sure, like Lee Strobel was. He was even a skeptic who mocked people who believed in Satan. Sure he was. I always say it, isn't it? I was a skeptic. I'm not a Christian. I'm not just saying this because I'm a fucking cult member. I was skeptical, but I believe because I got the goods. So anyway, he talks about all this in his book, The Devil's Playground. The book's unique strength lies in its selection of 21 audio clips, with readers able to listen to genuine examples of demons threatening and cajoling, including the first ever recording of the voice of Satan. How do you know that's the first ever recording of the voice of Satan? You know, if Satan did exist and he was like showing himself to you, chances are he's done it multiple times, you know. Pretty sure Satan isn't a fucking attention whore like us all. So, doubts. This information is vital in an increasingly secular and materialistic world. It will allow Christians of all denominations to better be prepared to recognize and prevent demonic influence or attack. So, okay, I'm ready to believe, folks. I want to believe. So let's listen to it for ourselves, folks. You ready to hear the devil's voice? I know you are. Here we go. Apparently, in this audio recording, the devil is very, very clearly, in a way that anybody can understand what he's saying. He is saying, come into the fire. Come to me. Prepare yourselves, folks. You're about to be shocked to your core. I believe, oh my God, it was so obvious. That's clearly the devil's voice saying, come into the fire, come to me. How could you doubt? How could you doubt? This is clearly Satan himself. Oh my good goddamn, these people are so pathetic. Holy shit. This is what he says himself. In modern culture, angels get a lot of attention, with many events being attributed to their actions. However, some events attributed to God's angels may very well be the work of fallen angels, more popularly known as demons. The Bible tells of a plane of existence beyond our physical senses, an invisible realm that includes angels, both fallen and elect. These angels engage with humanity, and discerning which is which can often be a challenge. Man, God's an idiot. You know, he couldn't set up a system where you can tell the difference between those who work for him and those who work against him. It's almost like he wants us to fail. What a dickhead. People sometimes claim to have been given divine knowledge from angels, but many times their revelations are in direct opposition to God's word. This is all real, folks. This definitely happens. There's definitely a supernatural world, and they're definitely sending messages to us all. You know, it's just normal shit. In his new book, The Devil's Playground, Roderick Millington definitely introduces the reader to the world of the demonic. But the book's main strength lies in the sound clips. This is the strength. That clip I just played is the strength of this fucking book. God damn it, that's not a very strong book, dude. With demons threatening and cajoling, these voices have been discovered through the utilization of electronic voice phenomenon, which is very scientific. Basically, listen to static. And, you know, like, errant radio signals can come through, and, you know, it's like looking at the clouds and saying, oh my God, that looks like an elephant. You just hear what you want to hear. Obviously ridiculous. And the following clip is the voice of a demon trying to coax someone into Satanism. Sure it is. Definitely what we just listened to. Come into the fire. Come to me. You will hear it at 3 different speeds. I didn't hear it even at 1 speed. I didn't hear it no speed. I didn't hear shit, motherfucker. Yeah, that's just garbage. That's just fucking garbage. Christians are idiots. You're dumb and you should feel bad about it. And next up, Kenneth Copeland got fired. Hooray! Never thought I'd see this happen. But don't rejoice too much yet, folks. Because it ain't really affecting his bottom line. Dude's still making bang. But anyway, apparently Kenneth Copeland has been on the TBN network for 4 decades, Trinity Broadcasting Network, and recently he gone. They no longer having him on Trinity Broadcasting Network. Apparently they've had some fighting and whatnot. They not getting along. Recently, Matt let me know they believe the Lord is taking TBN in a new direction, and our daily programming, Believer's Voice of Victory, isn't really a fit for their future programming. Therefore, as of October 2nd, 2020, the BVOV broadcast will no longer air on TBN. I guess he's become too much of a laughingstock with this whole blow the wind of COVID, where he pretends like he is curing COVID by blowing on people, by spitting all over the fucking place. And you guys have seen the remixes where they've auto-tuned him and whatnot. So I guess he's become such a joke that even TBN is too embarrassed to have him on there anymore. So after 4 decades, Kenneth Copeland gone from TBN, but unfortunately, he still has many other places he is broadcasting that it's just one small place, and he's still making goddamn bank, still conning people out of their money. Here he is, in one day, they made almost $1.4 million on their latest, I guess, revival event. That's multi-day revival event. So they made over $1 million just the first day alone. So he makes like $1 million a day still. These goddamn evil fucking con men. It's just so fucking frustrating how this world continuously rewards bad behaviors. So just when you think we're getting a leg up on them, nope. Con man still conning. And Trump talked to God, had a nice little conversation with God, according to him. Now look, folks, I know that he's going to play this off, and this is kind of a joke. It's like a half joke. But the problem with these kind of half jokes Trump makes is that he is directly pandering and has continuously directly pandered to evangelical Christians. They're the one that put him in office to begin with. And they actually, even though he's sort of joking, they do believe this is kind of what's happening. They believe that God is inspiring him, that God is in control of his presidency, that he is the most godlike biblical president in the history of mankind, even though that's obviously so fucking ridiculous. So even though he's kind of like half joking and whatnot, they do take the shit seriously. And so basically what he's saying here is that God is responsible for destroying the economy and COVID-19. He can't take responsibility for anything. So even in his half jokes, it's that God is doing this, God is to blame, and he'll come and he'll fucking correct God's mistakes, basically, like he did the first time. You know, I'll play it and then we'll critique it. Unmute it. There we go.
And I said, did I do a great job, God? I'm the only one that could do it. And what we're doing together is nothing short of an economic miracle, and now we're doing it again. We did it. We built the greatest economy in the history of the world, and now I have to do it again. You know what that is? That's right. That's God testing me. Said, you know, you did it once. And I said, did I do a great job, God? I'm the only one that could do it. He said, that you shouldn't say. Now we're going to have you do it again. I said, okay, I agree. You got me. But I did it once.
You got me, God, yeah! You killed 175,000 people and you crashed the economy so I can rebuild it again. You're hilarious, God! Gotta keep my eye on you, God. Oh my God, folks, seriously. Can't fucking take responsibility for anything. It's God! God did it, folks! God making me rebuild it again, even though what he's saying is a lie. I mean, the economy grew. Even before it collapsed again, it grew much slower under Trump than it did under Obama. Trump really did nothing but slow the economy down when he got in office. It was like, you can look at the charts. It was skyrocketing under Obama, and then he got in office, and it still went up, but at a much slower rate than it did before, because, you know, that's what Republicans always fucking do. Their plans never pan out, but that's our president for you, folks. God damn it, always got to brag on himself. It's just, everybody in their personal lives hates people like this. People that continuously brag on themselves. It's just annoying as fuck, right? That's the worst type of person, but for some reason Trump's fans love it. It's just amazing, the double standard they have. And here he is straight up admitting that the only reason he moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem was for the Evangelicals. Because the Jews didn't really give a shit. But what he's doing here is he's trying to kowtow to his Christian evangelical audience, who has these end time prophecies that they're trying to make come true. And one of the main things is that Jerusalem has to be like the main place in Israel, which sets up all these end time prophecies where Jesus comes back, and I guess the Jews who decide not to believe in Jesus get sent to hell. But I guess, according to the prophecy, a lot of the Jews will suddenly become Christians because they're God. I don't know, but here he is basically admitting it, folks. Load. You can do it.
Capital of Israel to Jerusalem. That's for the evangelicals. You know, it's amazing with that. The evangelicals are more excited about that than Jewish people. It's really, right? It's incredible.
Yeah, that's why you did it, folks. They're waiting for the end times prophecy. They want the world to be destroyed. They are champing at the bit to see the world fucking burn. And, you know, Trump winning, he like said, yeah, here, let me just feed into these delusions that you're having by moving this embassy over there, you know. But that's what it's all about, folks. I told you guys before that when I was a little kid, ever since I was a little kid, I was taught that Jews were God's chosen people and we had to put their interest above ours for some reason. And like I said, wasn't Jews that taught me this. It was white people. White Southern Americans taught me this. Not a Jewish person in sight. Never brought a Jewish person to church to teach us this. It was always whitey telling us to bow down to the Jews, which is strange, sort of, if you think about it. But what you gonna do? And next up, they're not even pretending anymore, folks. They want theocracy in this country. This is Ralph Reed, who is the former head of the Christian Coalition, talking about how we have to make sure that Christians are still at the top of the political food chain, how they are the head of our government, not the tail.
Now, we got a big job to do in the next 100 days. Let's go out and do it, not just to re-elect him, but to glorify God and make sure that Christians are the head and not the tail, and the top and not the bottom of our political system.
Yeah, that's called a theocracy, folks, where Christians are running everything. They're at the head of everything. That's pretty much what we got going on in this country right now. Even though Trump himself is not even a Christian, you know, it's not a theocrat himself. He just wants power, so he knows that if he just kowtows these people and panders to them continuously, they'll vote for him. And it works. They are voting for him. Absolutely. And here's his advisor claiming that God himself created executive orders. You know, sure he did. Sure he did.
The problem here is Capitol Hill, the swamp, the two houses that are too far apart. I mean, the Lord and the Founding Fathers created executive orders because of partisan bickering and divided government. That's what we have here. But
yeah, God is too feeble to, you know, make the houses of Congress get along. So instead of using his supernatural powers to improve things, he just said, nah, I'm going to create executive orders so Donald Trump can just do whatever the fuck he wants to, regardless of what Congress decides to do. Yeah, you know. Dangerous, folks. Dangerous when you think that God has given you carte blanche just to do whatever the fuck you want to, regardless of what the other houses of governments and the checks and balances say you should do. But that's a theocracy for you, folks. That's what they've created in this country. And speaking of which, just another symbol of what shitheads these motherfuckers are. So Roger Stone, longtime confidant, close friends, minion of Donald Trump, who Donald Trump didn't pardon him, but commuted his sentence. Convicted felon. So yeah, he's appearing with hate pastor Greg Locke. Roger Stone going to go preach at a hate pastor's church. Because of course he is, right? Here they are bragging about it.
I want to be able to announce that we have the one and only giving a gospel Jesus-sized testimony. Roger Stone is going to be under this tent, and he's going to be holding this microphone, and he's not showing up to talk about politics. He's showing up to talk about what Jesus did in his life.
Yeah, he's going to show up at a hate pastor's church to talk about Jesus, what Jesus did. This is Greg Locke, you know, the anti-trans, anti-gay, just one of the most disgusting hate preachers in the entire fucking world, literally makes a living by being on the fringes of Christianity, by spouting hate towards every class, that except for white Christians, basically. So, yeah, why wouldn't Roger Stone, good confidant of Trump, go preach at a hate preacher's church? These are the kind of people they are, folks. There's a reason that Donald Trump hangs around these types of people. There's a reason that they're his friends. There's a reason that he's commuting their sentences and pardoning them, because they're all fucking amazingly evil goddamn shitheads. Hard to believe this is our government right now. And here, speaking of Pastor Greg Locke, he went viral last month by making a video where I guess he went to Dunkin' Donuts and they asked him to wear a mask, and then he like threw a tantrum, and then when he left, he kind of kicked the glass door, and the manager said, "Dude, don't kick our glass door," and so he threatened to kick the manager's teeth in this video, showing the love of Christ, folks. This is a fucking preacher. I'm gonna play a few little sections of this video. It's 12 minutes long. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but let's have a listen at this unhinged moron.
Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here. I want to give a few of you a moment to and buckle up about a bunch of nonsense. Did you know there's been nothing in the American culture and nothing in the church of the Lord Jesus Christ that has separated the body more than these stupid things right here? We call them safety precautions. No, what these are gags.
If that's the truth, man, your faith is so weak and pathetic. If that's all it took, you know, if your all-powerful, all-knowing God could be separated that easily by a mask, good Lord. You sure don't believe he has very much power.
Safety precautions. No, what these are gags, ladies and gentlemen. These have become idols. These don't do anything whatsoever. They're the dumbest thing that's ever been created by humanity, okay? They are scientifically proven to do jack sprat. But I'll tell you religiously what they've done. They've divided the body of the Lord Jesus Christ. These things are so dumb. You know, Walmart says now you have to have one, but they're going to charge you $8 to have one. So my wife gave me one that we have to carry around for obvious reasons. So I went into Walmart today. I've not even got to the store yet. I'm just letting you, share the video. I'm about to get fired up about some stuff, so I'd suggest that the kiddos get out of the room. But anyhow, so I walk around Walmart today with this off. All I did was do like this to get in the door, and then I walked around. There's 300, 400 people in there, and all these sheep are walking around. They all got their masks on, they're all just like a bunch of little mechanized robots walking around. We have our mask. We are safe. COVID-19.
What a fucking piece of shit this guy is. Don't give a shit. Yeah, people are good citizens. They don't want to get people sick. Here he is, though, talking about kicking the manager at Dunkin' Donuts' teeth in.
The glass out of the door. Woo! So I walked back in with my 2 cups of coffee, and I said, and let me be truthful in what I said, because more than likely it's on video and it'll be on Newsweek or Time Magazine sometime this week. I said, "Sir, I did not try to kick the glass in your door. I very calmly pushed the door open with my foot because it's what I do every second." "Oh, no, I saw you. You tried to kick the glass out of the door." I said, "If you call me a liar one more time, I'm going to take these work boots and I'm going to kick your teeth down your throat." Yes, I said it, and
Yes, I said it. I threatened this manager. I threatened violence upon him. But hey, that's what Jesus would do, isn't it? I was just showing him the love of Christ, says hate preacher Greg Locke. So anyway, why wouldn't longtime Trump confidant Roger Stone speak at this hate preacher's church? Par for the course with these motherfuckers, isn't it? And Mike Huckabee, father of Sarah Huckabee, used to be a Trump spokesperson, out there saying that COVID-19 is a hoax still. They're still pushing this shit. Now he's claiming that the Trump's dismantling of the post office is a hoax, just like COVID-19. 173,000 people dead, folks. Still pushing this bullshit. Hard to believe. And I guess that's all my Trump shit I'm going to do. Now we're going to do a little COVID stuff. I guess I'll stop and take a break and read the chat. See what you guys going to say in the chat real quick. He's angry because he's a gay man, probably. Nothing wrong with being gay, but if you're closeted and you hate gays, then that's a problem. Sort of hypocritical. Yeah, when Obama used executive orders, he was the worst dictator in the history of the world. Yeah, they have a different story when Obama did it, that's for sure. But Trump did it. Oh my God, God created that. Greatest economy in the history of the world. Yeah, 39% drop in GDP in 1 quarter last quarter. Hard to fucking believe. Check the other chat. Other chatty chat. What you guys saying in the chat? Anyone stoned? I'm not. I wish I was. Can't get stoned, but I'm doing the show. But as soon as the show's over, gonna get stoned as fuck. It's Bizarro, Dusty. Yep. Kind of look alike, don't we? With our white hair. Wait, they're gags. Yep. If they're gags, then why aren't they shutting him the fuck up? Hey, Dusty. Hey, Siren. How you doing? Amen, Dusty. Hell yeah. Amen Raw. Sorry I'm late, Dusty. No forgiveness. I was watching Xanderthal's cover the Shield Heads debate. Have you seen it? I saw some clips, but I ain't really interested in none of that shit. I ain't interested in Xanderthal, and I ain't interested in Shield Head. She blocked me because I liked a comment from Vosh. So they're just silly children. I have no interest in those silly fucking children anymore. They can all sit over there and kiss each other's ass and lick each other's buttholes or whatever. Their little circle jerk. I don't give a fuck about that. Trump 2020, motherfuckers! Definitely. Fascism for everybody. Praise Jeebus. Hell yeah, praise Jeebus. Our God is an awesome God, gonna kill you all with COVID-19. Hell yeah, I'm stoned. Good for you. Thoughts on the eviction crisis? I covered that last show. I will cover it some more on the next show, but we don't do politics on Wednesdays. We do religious bullshit, so we're going to focus on that. All right, let's see if there's any new super chats, and then we'll continue on with the show. Undead Magus, give me $5. Thank you, Undead Magus. Brian C., God gave us COVID because he loves us. He's testing us, folks. We have free will. That's why there's evil in the world. We're choosing to have COVID with our free will or something. I don't know. Logic. Top Gun? $20. That's generous. Thank you, Top Gun. I've been watching your videos for years, Dusty. Really love you and what you make. Keep doing your great work and take care of yourself. I will. Thank you, Top Gun. You are awesome. Appreciate that love. Dave here, $5. Formerly Davey Fuckable. Something for your cop segment. Maybe view it first and you can use it. It's me being bullied and standing up to cop. See channel. All right. You'll have to send that to me on Twitter at CultOfDusty1, CultOfDusty1, CultOfDusty1. And I'll read the other one when I get back. Let's continue on with the show. So, in the last month, this mega church pastor, John MacArthur, has been basically just flaunting. He ain't been doing the goddamn ordinances like he's supposed to do. He's basically telling the government, go fuck themselves. I ain't goddamn wearing a mask. We aren't socially distant. Flaunting. That's the word I'm looking for. Flaunting the law. It's a good thing my job isn't literally to talk for a living. So last week, California megachurch leader John MacArthur acted like a persecuted hero when he announced that his Grace Community Church would refuse to obey lockdown orders in the wake of the pandemic. He said, of any further closures that applied to churches, compliance would be disobedience to our Lord's clear commands. It was selfish, it was dangerous, it was irresponsible. So naturally, the American Family Association, shitheads, is jumping on board the hype. The conservative Christian group is urging people to serve Christ first, not Caesar. They're literally trying to influence people not to wear a mask, to flaunt the law and go to church anyway, for preachers to open their churches regardless of what the ordinances and the laws say. They don't give a shit, folks. They know that they're losing money, and it's all about fucking money to them. They don't give a shit who dies. So they're like, take the pledge to stand with other Christians to worship Jesus. Now is the time to serve Christ first, not Caesar. Put on the whole armor of God. Put on your mask, motherfuckers, and take a stand against government leaders who insist that Christians must abandon their corporate worship of God. No one's saying that you can't worship God, obviously. How could we stop you? You could just bow your head anywhere and do it, but yeah, churches are not essential services, and you dumbasses don't wear your mask and social distance, and it's been shown repeatedly that you guys are spreading the shit everywhere. So yeah, it's a problem. And so then, same motherfucker, a couple weeks later, preacher obeying lockdown orders would violate our Lord's clear commandments. Pastor John MacArthur is best known to non-Christians for his awful treatment of women, telling a female preacher to go home and saying things like, when women take over a culture, men become weak. Oh my God, you're so fucking pathetic. If you become weak because a woman has a position of power, doesn't that just prove that you were already weak. I mean, women having power doesn't change my power level at all. He has also insisted gay people don't exist. True story. Ain't no gay people out there. So when it comes to handling COVID-19 concerns, there was no reason to think he would suddenly come to his senses. In California, where his Grace Community Church is located, MacArthur posted a statement on Friday calling for the reopening of all churches. Christ is Lord of all. As his people, we are subject to his will and commands as revealed in Scripture. Therefore, we cannot and will not acquiesce to government-imposed moratorium on our weekly congregational worship or other regular corporate gatherings. Compliance would be disobedient to our Lord's clear commands. So they're just trying as hard as they can to influence people to ignore the guidelines, to ignore the ordinances. And so here they are the next week doing exactly that. Had a huge church service. And I'm going to show you a few parts of this video. But first, they give him a 3-minute standing ovation for defying the laws and opening the churches with no social distancing, no mask, and any of that. These motherfuckers gonna get us all killed. Yeah, there they are. Yeah! Yeah! You did it! You did it! You disobeyed! Woo! You're a hero! Listen to how many people are there. Holy shit.
Thank you.
And look at them. They just gonna fuck it. I'm gonna cut it off because this goes on for minutes, but they just outright fucking bragging about no mask and no social distancing, you know. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. You're gonna get people sick and killed, but who really cares, right?
And had that order removed. So the good news is you're here, you're not distancing, and you're not wearing masks.
Oh my God, folks.
And it's also good news that you're not outside because it's very hot out there.
Yeah, it's great, folks. We're all trapped in this tiny room, this large room, but packed together like sardines, shoulder to shoulder without mask on, and we're not social distancing. Yeah, standing ovation for us. Yeah, you gotta die. A lot of you gotta die. Gonna give your life for this stupid motherfucker. Seriously. It's like Herman Cain literally died for Trump. And of course, it's happening all over the place, but first off, here's another example. This is preacher Sean Fuchs, I don't know how you pronounce that, is holding COVID ignorant worship services for 1,000. Look at these crazy motherfuckers. Jesus! Alright, I am going to pause that because they will probably, maybe they won't. It's a Christian song, maybe they won't get on me for that. Maybe if I talk over. Look at them, shoulder to shoulder, nobody fucking out there wearing masks. Yeah, laying hands on each other right in their faces. Just don't give a fuck. I mean, I guess they're outdoors, but still, that's not safe. And yeah, let's drown your child for a minute. God wants you to drown your kids for a minute. And yeah, drown you too for a minute. Yeah, do you feel better now? You've been washed of all your sins. You don't have to make amends to anybody you wronged anymore. It's like it never happened. It's a very moral doctrine, Christianity. And yet, let us worship. Yeah, let us worship. Let us kill your grandma with COVID. So fucking selfish. So yeah, it's happening everywhere, folks. One man with COVID visited an Ohio church, and 91 people got infected as a result. One person infected 91 people. And imagine how many people those people are going to infect, folks. 175,000 dead. God damn it, we're just a nation of fucking morons. It's amazing, and lots of examples of this. Here's another one. 40 members of a small Alabama church have COVID after a mass-free revival service. And the response of the preacher, though, is just maddening here. The whole church has got it, just about, Pastor Darrell Ross said. And that includes himself. But he goes on to say, we knew what we were getting into, Ross said. We knew the possibilities, but my goodness, man. For 3 days, we had one of the old-time revivals. It was unbelievable. And everybody, you ask, if you talk to our church members right now, they tell you, we do it again. It was that good. Yeah, I want to see somebody repeat this quote to him in a couple weeks when people start dying fucking off. I'm sure he had a good time. He probably made fucking bank, and that's all these goddamn people care about. But holy shit, folks. They do not care about your life at all. It's amazing how many people we spread COVID to. That's what God wants us to do. Here's another example. I forgot weddings were even still a thing. People still having weddings during the goddamn pandemic. A CA church hosted a 100-guest wedding, leading to Ken COVID infections so far. So yeah, your love is going to get people killed. Not very well thought out, motherfuckers. Either go to the courthouse and have a small ceremony, just fucking wait till the pandemic's over. You ain't got to get married. Ain't no hurry. And here is Arkansas State Representative Jason Rappert. Coronavirus hype, biggest political hoax in history, says Jason Rappert. And come along this journey with me, folks, and pretend like you don't know where this is going. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of this. Shh, we don't know. All right, and next up, and then he posted here on the Twitters, what do you see here, Arkansas and America, an empty airport? I see real trouble. Get this nation back to work and stop trying to quarantine the healthy. You liberal quacks keep spreading fear and the nation will be hobbled economically for years. Still don't know where this is going, folks. It's the mystery. It's about to be a big surprise to everybody, isn't it? All right, next up, he posted this on the Facebooks. As it relates to the... God damn it. Come on, Facebook. Work your shit out, dude. As it relates to the mandate to wear masks in Arkansas from Governor Isaac Hutchinson issued today, which includes a warning, followed by a potential fine of $100 to $500 for failure to wear a mask, I oppose this in principle as an overreach of the executive power without consultation with the members of the Arkansas legislature. That's right. Don't mandate mask wearing for motherfuckers. And then he went to a church. Yeah, without proper social distancing or mask wearing. He went to this church and he gave a little speech, didn't he?
Feelings,
yeah,
don't you get on the pastor. But I'm going to tell you right here in front of God and everybody, Ezekiel said that you go and tell the people of the truth. Whether they hear you or they don't you worry about it. You speak the truth. And if you're watching today, I'm going to speak the truth to you even if the ground shakes in this place.
Yeah, so guess what, folks? Guess what? I bet you can't get... Yeah, he got the COVID. He got the COVID! Arkansas State Senator Jason Rappert preached at a mask-free church. Now he has the COVID. He got the Rona, folks. Shocker. Aren't we all so shocked? That's my shock face. About 2 weeks ago, the Sanctuary of Hope Church in Branson, Missouri, had as a special guest during his Sunday morning service, Arkansas State Senator Jason Rappert, the Christian nationalist best known to readers of his site for installing a standalone Ten Commandments monument outside the state capitol, because why wouldn't you? Separation of church and state, psh, what the fuck is that? So yeah, he got the Rona, and thoughts and prayers, motherfucker. Thoughts and prayers to you, state representative. You know, Republicans are not electing the best. Just going to go out and say it. And not doing the greatest job there. Republicans. And guess what happened to this Catholic priest who said people were cowering in fear of COVID-19? Yeah, he got the Rona too. You're all getting the Rona. Where's your Jesus? Where's your God? It's almost like they've abandoned you or they don't exist. One of the two. Earlier he wrote in the National Catholic Register, I simply ask you, are we majoring in the minors? Physical health has its place, but spiritual health does too, and its place is vastly more important. Bullshit to that. Ain't no such thing as the spiritual realm, so might want to take your health seriously. As far as I know, once your health is done, you're done, motherfuckers. I am concerned that we have lost our courage. Canceling mass while bars and restaurants remain open during the day is obtuse and seems to demonstrate a lack of resolving among leaders. We have far less than plague today and are far too willing to let secular government tell us to cancel our public prayers. So yeah, he got the Rona. And even after he got the Rona, he's still out there saying, I don't care if I got the Rona or not. I still think the whole thing's overblown. So I hate to wish ill upon anybody, but a little bit. Tiny bit of wishing ill upon you. And folks, I mean, I guess free speech and all, they have the right to say this shit, but god damn it, it's so fucking dangerous. Right Wing Watch, always showing some cool shit on Right Wing Watch. Let's go.
There is nothing that is happening today that is by accident. From the rioting, from the looting, from the pillaging, from stirring up a racial war to try to disband our police department so that they can bring in a United Nations police force of 500,000 people that are not...
That's what we're doing, folks, isn't it? Yeah, we're just trying to stir a racial divide, us evil lefties, because we want the United Nations to bring in their police force or something. No, motherfucker. We want the police to be defunded so we can hire other people like social workers to do a lot of the work that the police are doing currently and should not be doing. Like 90% of what the police do, they shouldn't be doing. Men with guns should not be doing these jobs. They should be done by trained professionals. That's all we want. We definitely don't want fucking the UN police force to come in. God damn it. Just so silly, but it gets worse. Here we go.
Not loyal to the American people, and they're not loyal to the Constitution, so they can force exactly what they want to take place in America, which, let me tell you, will be the gun confiscation ultimately. That's why they're trying to push this thing with COVID-19.
So stupid, folks. Liberals love guns. I'm sorry if you don't know that. I have a gun. Almost every liberal I know has a gun. This is America, motherfuckers. Or, liberal, I guess is not the word. Lefties. Somehow the Overton window has shifted now, and now all the lefties online think liberal is an insult, and liberals are evil, and they're feuding amongst each other. So I guess I'll just say lefties. But yeah, we like guns. Now, we do want, like, certain regulations. Like, I just don't think anybody, any crazy mentally ill person should be able to walk in and get an AR-15 immediately. Seems unnecessary, but other than that, it's just silly fear-mongering. But it gets even worse.
They're trying to drag it out so they can put masks on every single person, because that is the forced compliance that will come, and then where everybody will have to get a vaccine ultimately to save you from this thing. And I want you to know there are already 190 different variations of COVID-19. A vaccine can maybe cover one or two. So what vaccine are you actually getting? That's what I want to ask you.
I'm no doctor, but I'm going to guess the one that handles the main strands. There are certain ones that are incredibly infectious over the others, and that'd be my guess. But clearly this guy's a medical professional and knows more than I do about it.
If you don't believe in the healing power of God, you're a walking dead person anyway.
Okay, I'm walking dead.
Because even if you go and get the vaccine, you'll be dead within a couple of years. It doesn't really matter. If you do not understand what is taking place, this is tyranny that is being forced upon the American people by medicine. And the problem is the politicians have sold America out for pennies on the dollar. The last stand is the church.
Unlike this motherfucker, unlike this con man piece of shit who does everything he does to wring every last dollar out of the fools that listen to him and follow him.
I told you this. I told you this months ago. Whatever we lose on the front end, we'll never get back on the back end. You can see it already now. Churches in California that are not allowed to open. You can see it even down with the Supreme Court ruling.
All right, anyway, basically, fear-mongering, telling people not to take vaccines, telling them if you take the vaccine, you're going to be dead anyway. Dangerous as fuck, folks. Want to know why COVID is spreading so badly in America right now? This is a big part of the goddamn reason why. This and the fact that Trump has pushed this narrative, and the Trump followers have pushed this narrative that wearing a mask is unmanly. I'm going to show you this on Friday's show, where the guy who claimed that he shot bin Laden posted a picture of him on an airplane where he's not wearing a mask, that with the caption, "I'm no pussy. Yeah. Only pussies wear masks." It's just the epitome of toxic masculinity, but we'll cover that. And next up, more evidence of how they're going to destroy our society with their stupid bullshit. Florida pastor sues over mask mandate because they get in the way of prayer. Really? Huh. Manatee County in Florida, is that how you pronounce that? Manatee? Is the subject of a lawsuit over its mask mandate because this is Florida and nothing matters anymore. One of the men suing is State Representative Anthony Sabatini. Fucking state representative suing over mask. And a Republican who has filed more than a dozen similar suits. The other one is Reverend Joel Tillis of Suncoast Baptist Church in Palmetto, and he says, he said the mask requirement should not apply within churches, synagogues, and other houses of worship because it interferes with the ability to pray. Motherfucker, how? How in the fuck does a mask interfere with the ability to pray. First off, I was a Christian for 33 years. I prayed my ass off constantly, and you know what? I always did it in my fucking head. You don't even have to do it out loud, you know, because if your God that you believe in, if he actually existed and actually was all-powerful, all-knowing, he can just hear your fucking thoughts. You don't even have to speak them. In fact, it specifically says in the Bible to pray in silence and not in public. It's very easy just to close your eyes and just say that shit in your fucking head. The mask does nothing. If a mask prevented your God from hearing your prayers, doesn't that mean he's not all-powerful? Isn't he a weak, feckless God? I'd be insulted if I were your God. I'm just saying, man, you better watch it. You're going to get some lightning bolts up your ass, motherfucker. And next up, these preachers are claiming that Satan is the one that caused COVID to mess up Trump's re-election campaign. Because, you know, this is part of God's all infinitely wise plan. Oh, why wouldn't it be? Right wing watch. Let's go.
We were seeing miraculous answers to prayer. Satan, the father of lies, division, dissension, death, and destruction, was losing ground that he had gained. We were beginning to see the value of every life, the importance of loving every person, beginning with God and our neighbors. We were beginning to see the economy become strong again. We were seeing the justice system reform mightily. We were seeing great changes. We were seeing security in our nations becoming stronger, our military to protect freedom and all that is precious becoming stronger. I'm saying, and I really do believe this, Satan himself, losing ground, went ballistic. No question, we had sowed the seeds of destruction. We had turned our back on God. We had put other things before God. We had opened the way for destruction and deception to come in. But we were beginning to push back miraculously. And of all things, the last person on the planet we thought would stand up for what's right, this president, Donald J. Trump, began to stand up for what was best. And I personally believe the pandemic, the whole bit, is not just that we were too often vulnerable, but I believe Satan went ballistic and had to stop the progress that was being made because we were glimpsing a spiritual awakening and answered prayer.
It's so silly. The thought that this is the ultimate all-wise plan of God. Yeah, I'm going to have the supernatural realm. And then I'm going to put Satan down there. And he's going to freak out. Just fuck with everybody. And I'm just going to let it all happen. You know, why wouldn't I stop it? Why wouldn't I get involved? It's fun to watch. I guess we're just like a God's reality show. And he put Satan down here to fucking entertain himself. Just, these guys are such fucking children. Imagine being old-ass grown men believing in this childish, ridiculous bullshit.
Do you bear witness with what I just said? I'd really like to know.
No, listen, we can't deny the fact that it can't be a coincidence that COVID-19, the social unrest, the melees, all of this takes place in this limited span of time.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence. It's because Donald Trump is one of the worst presidents ever. It's because Obama specifically put in place a pandemic office to confront this. He funded fully the CDC, so they were on the ground in China to help out with what was going on there and keep us informed of this. And Trump came in, and his ridiculous response was to disband the pandemic office and cut the funding to the CDC and not take the pandemic seriously. And then on top of that, he has completely and continuously pushed for racial strife in our country by influencing his cult-like following to be racist shitheads, which has contributed to the racial tension in this country. Yeah, it's no coincidence at all. It's because you got the dumbest motherfucker, one of the worst human beings in the goddamn world of the presidency, and he's causing fucking problems, and you motherfuckers are backing him up. No coincidence to be had here whatsoever. Just ridiculous. Frustrating to listen to. God damn it. And next up, what time is it? Ooh, 55 minutes into the show. Still got a bunch to cover. Have we got half of it yet? Not even half of it yet, folks. Might be a whole 2-hour show. We'll see what happens. And this Christian school in CA said they ain't worried about opening the doors earlier because God spoke to them and very clearly told them, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. You know, the same God that allowed 175,000 people to die so far, didn't stop the pandemic, just let it spread nationwide in churches. But he told us it's cool. Don't worry about it. While many public schools are rightly shifting to online classes as September rolls around, Desert Christian Academy in Bermuda Dunes, California plans to open its physical doors in a few weeks to at least half its students at a time. Only kids in 3rd grade or higher will be wearing a mask. It could be a lost year of learning, they said. And that's not a compromise that we're willing to make. Take, said Kirk Scott, co-head of the school. Studying scriptures and praying. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Study the scriptures. Don't study like the medical information or listen to the doctors. Yeah, study the scriptures and pray. He sought direction from the highest authority, God. Well, he doesn't exist, though, so that's not amazing. He spoke to us very clearly within that schizophrenia. If you're hearing voices speak to you, that's a medical condition that you need to seek help for immediately before you kill children. He spoke to us very clearly through the books of Ezra, Haggai, and Zechariah that were to reopen our campus for in-person instruction. Those books were literally written thousands of years ago by anonymous authors, and they have absolutely nothing to do with a pandemic and 2020, you stupid motherfuckers. There's always the possibility of tragic results. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting probably going to get a lot of children and old folks killed. And we trust the Lord with the outcome of whatever it is that he leads us into. He ain't leading you into shit. You motherfuckers are leading yourself into that, and you're going to get a lot of people killed because you just want money. Your school's closed down, and you don't want to take the financial hit, and you don't give a fuck who goddamn is affected by it, because you're just scum, right? So, anyway. Next up. Speaking of absolute fucking scumbags. Remember that guy who went out to the indigenous people who never had contact with like outsiders before, and they killed him with a bow and arrow? Remember that shit? Well, now they're just fucking throwing caution to the wind, these Christian motherfuckers, and just going and preaching to these indigenous tribes, even though they could very, very easily wipe out the whole goddamn tribe because they haven't had a lot of contact with the outside world, and so they haven't built up immunities to these diseases and shit like they would need to. But who gives a shit, right? Jesus! Despite COVID, Christian missionaries are targeting indigenous people in Brazil. Indigenous groups and those who defend their rights worry that the new law will prompt missionaries to enter their reservations. So basically, they passed a new law that exempts Christians from staying away from them. They're like, yeah, go ahead and infect them, Jesus! And some people are actually out there doing it now. And sharpen your spears, dudes. Just saying. Whatever happens, right? Is what it is. And next up, I'm gonna skip this one. That one's a boring story. Here's a fun story. And by fun, I mean horrific. Maine man allegedly threw Bible at a driver while trying to steal his car. Yeah, I guess this guy left his car running. Him and his family got outside the car for a second. I guess they were taking a picture or something. And a guy ran over and jumped in the car and tried to steal the car. And so the dad tried to drag him out, and the guy smacked him with a Bible. Because why wouldn't you, right? Police say a struggle ensued, with Parker hitting the vehicle's owner with what was believed to be a copy of the Bible. But don't worry, folks. They caught the guy, and they arrested him, and they also recovered the Bible. So, yay, I guess. Why wouldn't you beat somebody with a Bible? I mean, it's probably better than reading it. And sad story, but this is par for the course. Trans pastor Junia Joplin fired from Baptist church for theological reasons. And seriously, like, what do you expect, though, really? I mean, you know Christians are not generally accepting of trans people, so maybe don't involve yourself in these hateful, evil organizations who are just going to turn their back on you at a moment's notice. Just saying. Last month, Pastor Junia June Joplin, there was a tongue twister, took a leap of faith when she came out as a transgender woman to her congregation at Lorne Park Baptist Church in Mississauga, Ontario. Holy shit, that was in Canada, I guess. I thought you Canadians thought you were more open than that. It definitely was a brave thing for her to do. But, I mean, obviously, it's a church. What do you think was going to happen? It's been a rough landing. Yeah. After 5 months in limbo, during which she remained the church's lead pastor but was not permitted to preach or lead services, then she wasn't the main pastor, Joplin's future with the church was put to a vote. Yeah, let's just put her life to a vote. Why not? And guess how they voted, folks? Guess how the Christians voted? Then they loved her when they thought that she was a male pastor. They had no problem with her. But the moment she decides to live her truth and be who she wants to be, yeah, they voted her out, folks. They voted her out. So, I mean, that's horrible. I feel bad for her. You know, she's very brave for coming out. But also, don't involve yourself in these evil organizations. It's bullshit. Maybe join the rest of us and the modern society who doesn't believe in that bullshit. That's what I would suggest for you. I know secular people would accept you with open arms. We're here fighting for your rights every day. We don't need God to be good, so come and join us. That's all I'm saying. And this is another terrible fucking story. Good God. I guess I'm going to stop reading the chat before I cover that. See what you guys got to say in the chat. Since we're moving right along. Dusty, we're not all like that. You all believe in ridiculous fairy tale bullshit. You've all convinced yourself of lies. It's not good for you. It's not good for our society. So regardless if you're actually a nice person who doesn't treat people like shit, you're still involved in this incredibly harmful bullshit. Does none of us any good. So, meh to you on that, to be honest with you. Doesn't that imply that Lucifer was the herald of Christ? Yeah, true that. It's all a big game. God's reality show. We're just pawns in it for his amusement. My dad always claims God is speaking to him. Your dad needs to get some kind of help, be on medication, because that ain't right. All I hear is the appearance of peanuts. Wah, 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 wah. Yep, heard that. Satan goes ballistic. Yeah, Satan having a hissy fit. Satan got totally triggered by Donald Trump. Had to create the coronavirus to show you motherfuckers. I survived a COVID-19 hotspot with the help of a mask, and I volunteered for a food company. You rock. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Are you serious, dude? Rarely. John Malkovich. Hell yeah. Love me some John Malkovich. Kitty in the background. I almost got her. I had Violet, who is the rare skitty of them all, was over here, but I didn't want to interrupt the video I was playing and pick her up. Also, she would have clawed my eyeballs out. But maybe she'll come over. She's getting more used to me. And eventually, I'll show you guys the rare skitty of them all, Violet. I use my hands to pray. The mask doesn't get in the way. I don't pray, but you don't need anything to pray. Just do it in your head. Have you heard of status quo? No. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Let's see what you guys got to say down here at the bottom. I saw orange. Cult of Dusty, when I like that, I already read that. I don't believe you. Thank you, Dusty. Hey, you're welcome. Doing what I can. Rare Skitty. Yep. Hell, Satan. Hell yeah. I'm not on Twitter, Dusty. Well, correct yourself and get on Twitter. That is where the battleground of ideas is happening. It's like the Thunderdome. I love it. All right, let's check the super chats and continue on with the show. Super chats. What you guys got to say in the super chats? Beast Nation, that's $9, Greg Locke gonna deliver the sweet chin music of God. I know, right? He like the HBK of the Christian world. Sean, I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got the looks that drive the girls wild. Yeah, a little nostalgia for you guys. I met Shawn Michaels. He was pretty nice. Although he's a big Christian douchebag. Brandon Beasley, $10. Hey, Dusty. Have you watched Cursed on Netflix? It does a good job of showing the hypocrisy of religion. Maybe. I can't remember if I've seen that or not. Let me see who's in Cursed. No, I haven't seen that. I remember seeing it on there, but it only got a 5.8 on IMDb, and I don't watch nothing that's under a 6. My time too valuable, but I'll check it out. Thank you for the recommendation. Elijah Miller, $20. Dabs cure COVID. Hell yeah. I don't know if they cure COVID or not, but they definitely make me feel better. Guarantee you that. Thank you, Elijah Miller. Blitz Panzer V8 Sturmvogel. That sounds like a Nazi. You should get a hairless cat and call it Peach Fuzz. Kelsey is terrified of hairless cats for some reason. So no go on that, but thank you for that. Rad, $5. What up, Dusty? You rock. Appreciate it. You rock too, Rat. Elijah Metal, yay, 2 hours. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It lasts as long as it lasts. And I'll read the last one when I come back. More super chats, please, if you're able. Much appreciated. So, horrible story. God damn it, these people are just so fucking evil. So this little girl, 10 years old, was repeatedly raped by her uncle and got pregnant. So obviously, she does not want to have the incestuous rape baby of her pedophile uncle. So she wants to have an abortion. So yeah, stupid ass Christians in Brazil blocked the abortion clinic door and screamed at her and would not let her enter the abortion clinic. Look at this fucking angering bullshit. You motherfuckers. Yep. Hey, we're the good guys. We're screaming at a 10-year-old incestuous rape victim. They yelled assassin at her. That's what they were yelling at her. Assassin, assassin, assassin. These fucking pieces of shit. So eventually, she didn't get to go to this abortion clinic. They had to go to another one. But she did get the procedure, and she's okay. But just fucking terrible. They don't give a fuck about the victims. All they care about is pretending like they care about innocent babies. But there was another article I was going to cover, but I didn't bookmark it. But that showed that in all the states, all the areas that had the most restrictive abortion laws, every single fucking one of them have less resources put forth to poor families and social safety nets to help after the baby is born. So they don't give a fuck once the baby's born. They don't actually give a shit about you. I hate the term virtue signaling, but if ever there was an example of virtue signal, this is fucking it. Just horrible pieces of shit, man. If you had the ability to feel shame, you should be ashamed. You guys remember this one? I think I played this on my regular show. No, actually, I think I played this on my last Religious Bullshit Wednesday show. It's Sheriff Daniels. They all got out there with his doughy-ass fucking police squad and basically said that if Antifa or Black Lives Matter came to his town, which they hadn't done, he was going to start deputizing random people to gun them down and shit. Crazy as fuck. I'll play it a little clip. Remember this one?
The men and women of the Clay County Sheriff's Office, which just want to weigh in on what we're seeing going on, played out across the media or mainstream media county. And I'll deputize them for this one purpose, to stand in the gap between lawlessness and civility. That's what we're sworn to do, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, being a tough, he's basically trying to instigate shit. He's trying to make Antifa come to his town. He's basically challenging them so they can be violent towards them because he's a fucking violent piece of shit. Now, that's what a lot of people become cops to be, so they can bully people and abuse them. So, anyway. Shocker! Florida sheriff who threatened to hunt down godless Black Lives Matter looters faces felony charges. Yeah, so he was having a long-time affair with this lady. And I guess his wife found out about it, so he basically trumped up some charges to have her arrested and accused her of stalking. And also, possibly, I guess his wife threatened to kill the woman. The three eventually attended the same events on May 2019. After they all left, Daniels called in a stalking report, and Smith was arrested but not booked because the responding officer said there was no probable cause to go any further. So I guess he talked his police buddies into abusing their power and abusing her rights and arresting her for no reason. Of course. Why wouldn't they do this? He's like, we're sworn to protect people. That's what we'll do. I'll start fucking deputizing everybody to murder you motherfuckers. Yep. Piece of shit. Hopefully he gets voted out. I think the election's coming up soon. There are no Democrats running against him, but there's another Republican running against him, so hopefully he'll be gone. But he probably won't. They'll probably re-elect that motherfucker again because bad behavior continuously gets rewarded. And Dave Daubenmire, hate preacher. Dave Daubenmire, you know who this motherfucker is? One of the most popular hate preachers on the internet. Guy who's a total piece of shit, continuously rails against gays and transgender people and all his boogeymen. Anyway, here he is. He's all angry because this Chicago mayor, Lori Lightfoot, is a lesbian. And he thinks that lesbians shouldn't have positions of authority because why would you marry another woman, right? Right Wing Watch, Right Wing Watch.
I caught some hell when I put this up on my Facebook page. I don't care. I really don't care if they get mad at me or not. I want somebody to tell me right there how that woman gets elected any place, anywhere. That is the mayor. That is the mayor of Chicago and her wife.
Okay.
Now, can you tell me how how could any say, Coach, you sure are being judgmental? I'm not being judgmental. I'm merely looking at what I see and say to myself, how could any sane person elect that woman to be head of the city?
Because who gives a shit if she's a lesbian? It's about her policies and whether she's qualified to hold the position. And I guess a lot of people in Chicago are not fucking ridiculous pieces of shit bigots like you are. And they actually use logic and reason to decide who they want to serve them and not just blind hate, I guess, probably. I don't know.
Could somebody weigh in and help me out on that one?
Okay, just
Other than the homo that keeps trying to get in here and disrupt us? Him? Yeah, go ahead.
Coach, she wasn't elected. She was selected.
So anyway, hate preacher Dave Dobbenmeyer, always out there spouting the shit. So anyway, apparently, Dave Dobbenmeyer has an Airbnb. And one of his guests was staying there and found out who he was and the kind of shit that goes on there and left a message. And he is pissed. Over the weekend, an Ohio woman named Jen stayed at a vacation home via Airbnb and seemed to have a great time. She left a review at the site raving about the home's views and interior. I'll read you the whole review. This house has an incredibly unique layout with lots of fun nooks offering beautiful views. The sunset from the deck was spectacular. It was well appointed, immaculate, spacious, had the perfect layout for our two-family gathering, very private, and beautiful property. It's not currently very accessible and has no Wi-Fi, close to Buckeye Lake. We were unaware of the nature of the owner's use of the property when not being publicly rented. While it's a lovely property, we would not have chosen to financially support such activities with our rental money had we known. And they posted a video basically that shows the kind of things that go on to that rental property. And I guess it appears that it might be a lesbian couple who don't want to financially support Dave Dobbenmeyer for obvious fucking reasons, because he spreads hatred towards gay people for no fucking reason, and you don't want to financially reward type of person like that. But anyway, here's a video from the Here's a video from the property that I guess Dave Dobbenmeyer rents out. And so they have events. Over 70 disciples of Jesus gathered under the cross to learn how to make war on the devil with assault rifles and AK. Yeah, because, you know, nothing works better against supernatural entities than guns, I guess. Folks, it ain't for the goddamn devil, right? They're not learning to fight against supernatural powers with real-life guns. They're doing that to fight against us, their fellow citizens. A variety of pistols and their fists. Yeah! But don't worry, folks. It's not about violence. It's about peace. We're teaching kids to shoot guns and punch things for peace. Dedicated to patriotism, peace, and submission to godly authority, the Christians hone skills that will make them better able to defend the innocent. Threats to the good, true, and beautiful are rising in America as never before. Christians are rising in defense. Look at these fucking goddamn dorks. Look at these. Holy shit. Let's punch. Yeah. We're doing this for peace, folks. We're going to punch the devil. And they're out there shooting. Yeah, we're definitely not doing this as a threat to our fellow citizens. It's to shoot demons, right? Because, you know, life is some kind of sci-fi movie or some shit. So anyway, obvious why this lesbian couple would not want to financially support this kind of horrific bullshit and incredible homophobic bigot Dave Dobbenmeyer, right? So Dave Dobbenmeyer, he ain't taking it very well. He's claiming that they're the bigots. They're the ones that are discriminating. Fucking snowflake. Let's have a listen.
Because this is, I got to tell you something. This enraged me.
Good. Okay? Die mad.
Enraged me. We fixed up Sky High to the point where now we're doing some Airbnb getting some rentals and raising some money for the ministry, and it's a beautiful place, and reviews are great. And so we had a couple that was we had a couple that was in. When were they in? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday. Anyway, 3 nights. And they wrote a review. And they wrote the review on the Airbnb. When you do that, they write a review. And they wrote a review on the Airbnb about how beautiful the place was, how magnificent the sunsets were, and how it was designed, and on and on and on. And then down at the bottom, they said people need to be aware of the philosophy of the owners.
Good.
That it had a very, very, they didn't use the word. In other words, they didn't like the cross, and they didn't like the Jesus on the hillside, and that they regretted
bullshit
supporting.
Had nothing to do with that whatsoever. Had to do, they didn't want to fucking support you, a homophobic piece of shit, by giving you their money.
How it was designed, and on and on and on. And then down at the bottom, they said people need to be aware of the philosophy of the owners.
Yep.
That it had a very, very, they didn't use the word. In other words, they didn't like the cross.
Nothing to do with
and
that.
They didn't like the Jesus.
Nope.
On the hillside.
Liar. Nope.
And that they regretted supporting our effort. Whatever, however it's said.
Yeah, supporting you, motherfucker.
I'm going to tell you something. The top of my head about exploded. Because listen to me,
Snowflake.
Folks, right? Have you ever heard more bigotry than that? Have you ever realized that the
yes, from your mouth, way, way, way more bigotry than just saying, "Hey, we shouldn't support this homophobic, bigoted motherfucker." Obviously, God damn it, cry more.
Left is permitted to be bigoted. The left is permitted to be bigoted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know this. I don't know. But I know that the people that stayed there were not a man and a woman like Mike and Polly Heath.
Yeah, they were lesbians. That's why they did it. Fucking gays. Gave me a bad review, even though it was an excellent review. So anyway, die mad about it, Dave Dobmeyer. Snowflake. And next up, Scott Lively. Gay people have led the way for cultural Marxism. Goddamn gay people. Why you always fucking everything up, man? Why can't you keep your penises out of each other's booty holes? You destroying the world, goddammit.
And see, all of this tracks with the LGBT agenda, because they have been the point of the spear in the United States of cultural Marxism, going all the way back to the 1940s. And that there's the 5 stages of gay cultural supremacy.
Right, what are they?
That are being followed. All the rest of the Marxist agenda.
All right, let's hear these 5 incredibly evil things you gays are doing.
Is following the same track. Begins with tolerance.
Oh my God, tolerance? No, gay people. Why? What's next?
Then acceptance.
Oh my God, acceptance! Hell to the no, you're destroying the world.
Then celebration.
Celebration? Why are you celebrating? Be miserable.
Then forced participation.
Wait a minute, what? Forced participation? Who the fuck forcing you to be gay? Ain't nobody ever goddamn once forced me to participate in gay activity. I did that shit all on my own.
In gay culture. And then the 5th stage, punishment of dissenters.
Right? You mean being held responsible for your words and actions? Yeah, everybody has to go through that, motherfucker. Cry more.
That's where we are now on the LGBT front, and on the and the rest of it's just falling in line. And forced speech. Remember, they pushed step by step. It was Anthony Kennedy, the swing vote. Anthony.
Who is forcing your speech? You're literally saying whatever the fuck you want to right now, and nobody's stopping you. God damn it. Always fucking playing the victims.
Kennedy at the U.S. Supreme Court.
Alright, enough of that. Stupid. But fun to make fun of. And next up. Openly gay singer reveals the dark cloud over the Christian music industry. No shit, dude. Like, what the fuck you expect? Like, I feel bad for these gay people. Like, no, like, I guess you can't help believing in that stupid bullshit, but obviously, this is how they're gonna treat you. It's a fucking evil ideology made up of fucking idiot bigots, obviously. They're going to be horrible towards you, and apparently he came out as gay, and they immediately canceled all of his record deals and whatnot. See, I don't think cancel culture exists, at least not the narrative that is spread online with people like, I've already forgotten. I smoked some medical tobacco just now, and I've already forgotten that little short motherfucker comedian's name. Brian Hart. Kevin Hart, that's his name. Motherfuckers like that claiming, oh, cancel culture's real. But this is actual real cancel culture, folks. Christians and the conservatives have been doing it for the beginning of religion, right? Just throwing anybody under the bus for whatever reasons. Anything that doesn't jive with their interpretations of this ancient monkey fucking text. And like gay people, repeatedly canceled by religion. But of course, when they do it, it's completely different. But anyway, he put out a whole thing about how the entire industry turned its back on him, and a lot of other Christian singers won't have anything to do with him. No shit, dude. Don't be a part of that. Like, sorry, but we accept you over here, over on the secular side of it. Come hang out with us. We're much cooler. We'll fight for your rights. We don't give a shit what you suck or where you put your dick. Who gives a fuck, right? It's your dick, it's your mouth. Do what you want to with it. And in Alabama, this racist GOP lawmaker won't resign because he's too good of a Christian man. Why would he resign? Alabama Republican State Representative Will Dismukes, the pastor who resigned from Pleasant Hill Baptist Church after delivering an invocation at a birthday celebration for Nathan Bedford Forrest, the first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, and who just days ago was charged with theft after allegedly stealing at least $2,500, but possibly much more, from his former employer, won't resigning from the legislature because he's a man of faith. What the fuck is this goddamn racist piece of shit in the legislature to begin with? Holy shit, man. You want to tell me goddamn racism is over when we're still electing incredibly obvious racist piece of shit to be our lawmakers? Dismuke's attorney, Trey Norman, said there are no plans for him to resign. Of course not. Why would he? From office because he's just a young man making young man mistakes, and God's totally on his side. Will is young. He's 30. That's not that fucking young, man. You gotta own up to your fucking mistakes when you're 30. Sorry, dude. Will is young and is learning some hard lessons, Norman said. But he's a very convicted man. He's very convicted in his faith. Well, that's not any better. Faith is the belief in things without evidence. That doesn't make me like him more. And he's very convicted in his character. Oh, that's horrible. Sounds like he has a terrible character. He should not be convicted in that character. He's very convicted in his heritage. Oh my God, that's not good. And Will's not a person who's going to shy away from the tough questions to satisfy folks. And that upsets a lot of people. Yeah, outright racism done by our legislators. I could see that why that could upset some people, I guess. And I understand that, especially in these times. But Will's not going to admit to something he didn't do. And he's not going to step down from a position that he was elected to. That he's trying to do a good job at, just because someone has pointed the finger and tried to make him out to be a bad guy. He's a fighter. I'd be surprised if he resigned. Yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck you, Alabama, for putting pieces of shit like this in office. Do better, Alabama. No wonder you're made fun of by the rest of the goddamn country. I'm from Mississippi, and even we're making fun of you. We don't have any room to talk. And apparently, a statue of Billy Graham will soon go up in the U.S. Capitol, because why not? Why not put a statue of this fucking piece of con man shit? One of the worst televangelists of all fucking time. Apparently, each state is allowed to request 2 statues in the Capitol's National Statutory Hall. So many of the statues in that fucking hall are just outright slave-owning piece of shit, white supremacist, racist, because why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't our country continuously celebrate the worst motherfuckers who ever lived? North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, a Democrat, fuck him, I don't give a shit if he's a Democrat or not, get rid of that motherfucker, asked for a statue of former Governor Charles Aycock, who was currently one of the statues they have there in their name, who was a white supremacist, of course. The other statue they have there that's going to remain there, even if they put up Billy Graham, is Zebulus Baird Vance, a slave owner who served in the Confederate Army. What the fuck? Why do we still have monuments to these people in our national capital? I know why. It's because our whole nation is built and is still built on white supremacy. And these things are specifically put there to reinforce that and also to disenfranchise black people. Which you've done a really good job of doing, but they're finally starting to speak out. They're finally, not finally, they've been speaking out, I guess, for years, but they're finally starting to make more progress. I guess they made a lot of progress from the civil rights movement, and then progress seemed to have slowed way down until recently. So I'm glad to see things slowly but surely changing. And this Bible camp apologized because apparently these parents sent their kids to this Bible camp and they hazed them by putting icy hot on their penises. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? Yeah, hey, that's totally normal. These kids are coming to our camp. Why not put icy hot on their penises? But don't worry, folks. They didn't actually touch the penises themselves, and they social distance and whatnot. So, E for effort there, I guess. A little bit of credit. The challenge was administered by an HBC student pastor who has now been terminated from the employment. Please note that we found no evidence of any person-to-person contact during this incident, nor was there apparently any moment where any person visibly exposed themselves to others during the incident. Hey, this is all fine then. Do the icy hot challenge on our children, as long as you don't see their penises. And this actually reminds me of a true story that happened to me, folks. There are some lessons that you really shouldn't have to learn, but sometimes you're so fucking stupid that even though you shouldn't have to learn lessons, you still do. So I'm incredibly fucking allergic to poison ivy. If I even see fucking poison ivy, I get it all over myself. And so one day I had poison ivy on my hands. I don't know how. Mystery. But somehow it ended up all over my penis. I don't know how it ended up my penis. It was on my hands and then suddenly you figured out. Anyway, one of the things I realized when I had poison ivy many times growing up in Mississippi, because I played out in the woods all the time, was that you can't scratch that shit, right? But if you get in a really fucking hot shower, the heat of the water, if it's like burning hot, it actually feels like it's scratching. And it hurts because it's burning, but it actually feels good. It's like a little bit of a relief because it's scratching without scratching. And so I got it on my penis, and I was like, hey, what if I put icy hot on my penis? What if I did that? Because it would burn, and that burning would feel like scratching it. It might hurt, but it would also feel good because it would feel like it was scratching it. And so I put icy hot on my penis. And moral of the story is, don't put icy hot on your penis. Okay, learn from my mistakes, because ow, that shit hurt. You can't really wash it off. Like, once you do it, you're like, oh my God, I immediately regret this decision. I have made a horrible error. And so yeah, that hurt. Don't do that. I'm very dumb. And next up, Scott Lively. These motherfuckers again, they're warning you. If you live in a big city, you better move. Because the goddamn liberals gonna come in and burn you alive. Of course we are. We're just champing at the bit, which apparently is the proper way to say that. To burn you alive, I guess. Another one from Right Wing Watch. Let's go.
Why are the Democrats burning down their own cities? What they're doing is they're setting up a...
First off, like, the vast majority of the protesters are peaceful. And yes, some of them might be setting fires and stuff, but the vast majority of them are not. And also, we've already shown multiple times on my show that a lot of the fires were set by conservatives themselves, by white supremacists trying to stoke racial fears to pit us against each other. So you're not really being honest, but obviously you're not going to be honest because you're a piece of shit. Go ahead.
A scenario in which they've agitated and inflamed the black community, and then pitted them against the police.
So yes, it's Democrats who have agitated the black community, folks. It's not the police killing them. It's not the police brutality. It's not police continuously assaulting people's First Amendment rights to peaceful protest. Nah, folks. It's us Democrats. We're fucking fooling those dumb black people into hating the police for no reason. We're so dastardly and evil, aren't we?
So that they can blame the blacks for the collapse of the cities, and they can discredit the police, so it's easy to justify not paying them these exorbitant pensions.
Yeah, he's found us out, folks. We want to blame the black people for everything. We want to trick them into burning down our cities just so we can say, haha, see those evil black people over there that did all that? Typical Democrats.
That they've been negotiating. These are unfunded mandates, right? These are the police have always gone along with the Democrat bond issues and all the different revenue.
Anyway, he dumb. He basically saying that Democrats are trying to do that because we don't want to pay police pensions. So we're tricking black people to burn cities down. Oh my God, just all kinds of wrong, all kinds of stupid. You're dumb and you should feel bad about it. And remember Judge Roy Moore, who almost became a senator? But then it came out that he might be a pedophile. Probably is a pedophile. He was on Sacha Baron Cohen. You know who that is? That's Ali G. Popular satirist. My fucking microphone's ordered. Popular satirist Sacha Baron Cohen, who I like a lot. Think's a real funny, talented guy. But anyway, he had a segment on his show, Who Was America, with Roy Moore, where he basically claimed he was some kind of Israeli special forces guy. And you know, all these conservatives are always falling all over themselves to suck Israel's dick about everything. So if you say you're from Israel, they're like, oh my God, you can say anything you want to me. I'll do whatever you want. And so they got him on there. And the guy said that Israel has created this device that can detect whether you're a pedophile or not. And so Sacha Baron Cohen's, he like puts the device over himself and nothing happens. And he pushes it over Roy Moore and it beeps. And basically sort of to try to claim that Roy Moore is a pedophile, obviously. And so anyway, Roy Moore is suing them because, yeah, why wouldn't you sue somebody over jokes? Definitely not a trigger snowflake in any possible way. And Sacha Baron Cohen was trying to dismiss the lawsuit, basically saying, it's satire, dude. We're comedians. We should be able to do that. But then the judge was like, nah, the dude can still sue you. So Sacha Baron Cohen's legal team actually decided to take this in a brilliant direction. They're like, okay, well, if you want to sue us, Roy Moore, the position we're going to take is that you actually are a pedophile. And the fact that you're a pedophile means that we're telling the truth, which is the ultimate defense. So if you continue to sue us, what we're going to do is we want to interview all of the victims who have claimed you abused them when they were children. We want full discovery. We're going to call them all in one by one and have them testify under oath about what you did. Your move, Roy Moore, which I think is a brilliant fucking legal move. It's going to fucking backfire hilariously on Roy Moore. Couldn't have happened to a nicer dude. And this one's crazy. In Pakistan, this man was killed in a courtroom. Dude walked up and blew his brains out, I guess, because he claimed he was a prophet. And you're not allowed to claim you're a prophet. You live in Pakistan, they will murder you for that. And so, yeah, the culprit accepts responsibility for killing him and says that he killed him for having committed blasphemy, said police official Azjaz Ahmed. The suspect has been arrested from the scene. And basically he said he had a dream that ordered him to kill Nassim. So, yeah. Hope nobody has any dreams about me. Miss me with that crazy shit. And next up, this mega pastor resigns after defending a volunteer with an attraction to minors. So, kind of crazy story. Apparently, this guy had a, let me make sure I get this right. He has a trans child, and I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. But anyway, so basically his trans child told him that his other son was attracted to children. So I guess they're siblings, and so they would know. I guess they talked about it. But because his one child was trans, decided not to listen to him and believe what he said about his other child. And so he allowed his other child to continue going on trips and overseeing children and whatnot and not doing anything about it. And so finally it came out and I had to resign. But it doesn't matter. He's already a multi-millionaire. He's already conned people out of so much fucking money that what's it goddamn matter at this point, right? But typical Christian behavior. Why would you believe your child who's trans? Just let a pedophile around children. And next up, remember this dude? Perry Stone. I played some clips from this guy. He got roundly made fun of everywhere because he was doing his little ridiculous con man show where he was speaking in tongues, and while he was speaking in tongues, he was just casually checking his phone because even he doesn't take his bullshit seriously. Let's have a look.
By the blood of the Lamb, by the blood of the Lamb, God. I pray, I pray, I pray, I pray. Healing, healing, healing. I pray, I pray, I pray. Deliverance, 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 deliverance. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Definitely takes a lot of talent to be a millionaire mega patcher, doesn't it? All you have to do is like repeat the same thing over again. Yes, Lord, prayer, 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 holy fire, 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 coming down from the sky, sky, coming down from the sky. You just gotta repeat yourself over and over again. Like a broken fucking record. People give you millions of dollars. It's hard to fucking believe in 2020 this shit still goes on. But anyway, he's also known for saying that coronavirus is God's punishment for legalized abortion and gay marriage, because of course it is. You worship a monster who murders people because of where they put their penis, I guess. Why wouldn't you? And he's also known for saying that coronavirus is Satan's way of killing old people so socialism can thrive. Of course. You know, if there's one thing Satan loves, it's fucking socialism. And if there's one thing standing in the way of socialism, old people. Gotta kill them. Boomer remover. So, and he's also known for saying that a tornado destroyed 50 houses and killed a bunch of folks, but he split it in half so it didn't destroy his church because he's got superpowers, apparently, and he can have tornadoes murder others while his church survives, which kind of makes him horrible, a supervillain, I guess, is what I would call him. And he also said that if we don't get rid of abortions, God will punish us with tsunamis, because why wouldn't an all-loving, all-powerful, all-knowing God kill us for doing things he doesn't enjoy? Anyway, yeah, he got removed because he inappropriately harassed females. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he fucking do that? You fucking scumbag. So, Cleveland evangelist Perry Stone acted inappropriately with female employees. Ministry placed him on sabbatical after determining the issues were civil in nature and not criminals. They didn't say exactly what he did, but he's like, oh my God, I just want to apologize to my wife, and I was inappropriate, and I got counseling, and please forgive me. Yeah, they're such hypocrites, folks. They never practice what they fucking preach. They're just con men scumbags who live their life exactly like you would expect con men scumbags to live their life, and so a lot of that has to do with acting like a piece of shit to women and harassing them, and doesn't matter, folks. He's still a multi-millionaire. They'll put him on sabbatical and he'll go spend all his millions because this world continuously rewards bad behavior. It's a hellscape. And we're going to finish up these last two stories. Last chance to get in your super chats if you want to. Only got about another 5 minutes in the show, so we're going to wrap this shit up. And End Times Preacher, Satan is the reason that Christians can't say all lives matter. Huh? You guys constantly say all lives matter. It's constantly trending. I hear that shit in Mississippi all the time. If Satan is the reason you can't say it, he ain't doing a very fucking good job of it. Right wing watch, right wing watch. Let's go, dude. Come on.
And of course, let me just settle it. I've got to do this disclaimer so I'm politically correct. Of course Black Lives Matter. Of course George Floyd's lives matter. Of course the legal system needs to deal with the injustices done, and it will. Of course. That's a no-brainer for people that love the Lord and people that love truth and law and order and people that love people. Somebody asked me the other day, said, well, you must be colorblind. I said, no, colorblindness only sees black and white. I see all the colors. It's just, I don't care. I see people. I don't care what color you are. And so, but in the midst of this, all we heard was Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And the inference was, and some people went so far to say, only Black Lives Matter.
No,
well,
no. Who?
Christians.
Who? What the fuck? No, they didn't, you liar. That is not the inference at all. The inference is that our history has not treated black lives the same as it's treated white lives, and Black Lives Matter too, just like white lives matter. We better start treating black people equally and taking their lives as seriously as we take white lives. What the fuck are you even talking about, you lying piece of shit?
Was lovingly, no, because of Jesus Christ, all lives matter. I mean, Jesus said, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him. Paul said, look, in Jesus Christ, there is no Jew, there is no Gentile. Those are racial and cultural differences.
All right, well, so maybe you should teach society to dismantle the white supremacist power structure that has kept black people and minorities down since the nation was founded, and, you know, put your actions where your mouth is and prove you actually think all lives matter by treating black people equally. Yeah, that'd be great. God damn it. I was almost going to show you the rare Skitty. She was right here. She's making noise. She's so hard to get. She's a rascal. And last story I'm going to cover tonight. People get mad at me all the time because I say religion is a mental illness. And I'm not saying that everybody who is religious has something physically wrong with their brain. I'm saying that, hey baby, you want to come here and let me show you? Let me show everybody. Come here, let me show everybody. Come here. God damn it, so close. I'm not saying that. Although, clearly some of them definitely have some kind of physical problem with their brains. I'm saying that religion is a mind virus. It's a meme, and it's a harmful one. So, basically memes are just, you know, viruses. And so if you have a virus in your mind that causes you harm or to behave in ways that are, I don't want to be ableist by saying crazy, but, you know, seemingly like you're not in your right mind, I would say that's a mental illness. So here's a great example of that. It happens all over the world, folks. This is, what country is this? This is Philippines, the Philippines. We've spread this mental illness all over the fucking world. Look at these crazy fucks. Loud. Look at this. I mean, isn't it fair to say these people have some kind of mental illness? Look at this. Like, if you saw these people in any other place other than a religious setting, you would immediately say, okay, well, this is a mental institution. These people clearly are off their medication and they need some kind of psychiatric help immediately. Well, what the fuck? So, anyway, religion. Just when you think it can't get any more embarrassing, they somehow find a way to top themselves. And that's my material tonight, folks. I did about an hour and 45 minutes. That's pretty fucking good for a Religious Bullshit Wednesday. Let's finish it up by reading the chat, see what you guys have to say. Oh my God, in the Bible, remember the fucking sheep story with Jesus? The preacher needs to get punched in the face. Religion is a mental illness. I agree. Yep. Sometimes they are happy to call themselves sheep, and sometimes like, I'm not a sheep. You're all sheep. Can't make up your mind. So he plans on legislating from his jail cell. Nothing will probably happen to him. It's the good old boys network. They have each other's back. I want to see a kitty. This one's close to me. This is Misty. Come here, Misty. Let go, Misty. Let go. Let go of the bed, Misty. Let's show everybody how pretty you are. This is Miss Misty. Hey, she's the mama of all the cats. At least she thinks she is. She thinks she's everybody's mama. She said, why you wake me up? Why you wake me up, Daddy? Because I love you, and I want to show everybody how pretty you are. And somebody asked me, you gonna be my star for just a second? All these people support us so good. They send you all these mices that are everywhere and your kitty treats. Yeah, they're good to you. They gave you that water bowl, that cool-ass water bowl. It's like a fountain in there. Yeah. All right, thank you, baby. That's Miss Misty. Appreciate you guys supporting the show tonight. We're doing good work here at the Human Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary. And, all right, let me check the other chat, and then I'm going to check super chats, and, Misty Cutie Pie, definitely shit Cutie Pie. Love me some Misty. Dusty, damn, you're awesome. I appreciate it. I'm doing what I can. Dusty, so much religious BS. Thank you for all that, sir. Yeah, I probably want to do another one for another 3 weeks, because I have to let it build up, so I have a full set of material to do a long show for. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Skitty is so cool. Yep, it's Violet. Almost. So close. She's warming up to me, but I can't really hold her yet. Even the other ones don't let me hold them very much. I see all the colors. Yep. Sure you do. Inconceivable. Cult of Dusty. So whose fault is it that coronavirus exists according to the crazy pastor? Mine or my son's? It's humanity's fault because God gave us free will, and for some reason we chose to get the coronavirus to have evil things happen to us. That only makes sense. Look it up. Perry Stone is on sabbatical for being inappropriate with female employees. I literally just covered that. Literally. That's lazy praying. Yep. Still a multimillionaire though. It don't matter, folks. It don't matter. Can be as lame as fuck. All right, let's check the super chats before we go. Super chats. Super chats. Super chats. All right. Kana, $10. Have been watching for years. Finally, at a point in my life, I can donate and support for the Frog Babies. Thank you, Kana. You rock. Love you, dude. Or dudette, whichever the case may be. Mystery Dude. Canadian $5. It's always funny to see bigots accusing the other people of being bigots. I know, one of those bigoted people on the goddamn internet. Going to complain about other people being bigoted. And Elizabeth H. became a Dust Buddy. Appreciate it. If you guys want to become members of the Dust Buddy, you get custom emojis like thoughts and prayers and fuck your God, shit like that. So it's $2.99 a month. Don't join the $9.99 one because it's no different. Appreciate that. Jenny Roo, $5. I'm super poor, but here you go. That is very generous. Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Mark Thibodeau, $2 today, and I'm super poor. More coming soon. I appreciate it, Mark. Every little bit helps. Heather Janus, $5. I'm happy to see you're getting more live views than a couple months ago. Keep preaching. I'll do my best. It's less than it was when I started the show, but then it dropped off, and now I'm building up the audience again, I guess. It's all good. It's fine. Like I don't want to be too popular, because then I'll probably quit doing the show if I get too popular, because it gets annoying. Everybody's like, Dusty, you only talk about Joe Rogan because you're jealous. That ain't why I'm talking about Joe Rogan. There are plenty of people that are way more popular than I am that I like Cody Johnson. Love Cody Johnson. He does great work. He's way more popular than I am. I ain't got no problem with it. I don't want to be as popular as Joe Rogan. That sounds awful to me. Elijah Miller, help's on the way. Hell yeah, Elijah Miller. Doesn't like to be called a hero, but is. Great show. Thanks for the logic. No problem, Elijah. I really appreciate all your support. You've been amazing to me. And last up, there's one more down there. Is it another one from Elijah Miller? Oh, gotta support Religious BS Wednesday. Hell yeah. You guys want to see me keep doing this? Please consider supporting this show. I sure appreciate it. So I will be back on Friday, folks. I'm going to try not to flake on my Friday show. I should have a week's worth of material to cover. Plenty of stuff. Got some good stuff already. So be sure to tune in then, folks. As always, you want to support the show? There is a link in the description of the video to my Patreon, patreon.com/codcast. Whatever you can afford, it all adds up. And there's a link in the description of the video where you can send direct tips via PayPal. And also there's a link to my Amazon wish list for the dogs and kitties. So if you want to buy something, I'll do an unboxing. Probably next Friday, I'm thinking is the new unboxing. I'm going to wait till a lot of stuff comes in, so I have a lot of stuff to do. So appreciate that. I'll see you guys on Friday. I hope you guys stay safe and healthy out there. I want you guys to know how much I love you. It's an honor to entertain you. And as always, until next time, logic. Fuck yes. Good night, everybody. Thanks a lot. This is everything you ever need. God damn it. I didn't do it right. Fuck my life. Where the fuck is it? God motherfucking damn it. I can't find my fucking song because I moved the motherfucker somewhere else and now it ain't loading when I goddamn want it to. Is it not going to